What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to walk you through step by step of how to get brand registered on Amazon. So I'm going to go through the complete application for you on screen, as well as go over everything that brand registry gets you. That way you know how to use everything, you know what it's for, and you know all the benefits of brand registry. Because honestly, if you're not brand registered today and you're doing private label, you're being left behind by a lot. Tip of the iceberg stuff, A+ content will get you an extra 3 to 5% conversion rate on your listing, which helps you rank above competitors because Amazon likes to see you converting at a higher pace than others. The Vine program, which is the easiest reviews you'll ever get, as well as the seller incentive program where you can save 10% on any external traffic you send in, as well as you can get ad support, added protection from hijackers taking over your listing, which can be a nightmare. So let's hop on screen. I'll show you exactly how to do this. All right, guys, so hop onto my screen here. This is the brand registry page. If you just Google Seller Central brand registry, this will pop up for you. And so this, if you just hit get started, this will take us through the application process. I'll tell you everything you need to know here and walk you through that form. But first, since we're on this page, I want to talk about everything you're getting because I need to persuade you that brand registry and private label is the way to go. Because again, all the benefits you get, you're going to be left behind all the other sellers. Okay. So first of all, it's the new seller incentives. So any new sellers here that get brand registered, you get 5% back on the first million in branded sales. That's huge. That's $50,000 if you do 1 million sales. That's massive. Imagine that in your bank account. Next, enroll one product in Vine for free up to 30 trusted reviews. So the Vine program is a partnered program where they have people who review a lot of products come in and review your product, and you get this for free. It's usually like $100. So that's an added bonus right there. Receive up to 2,000 free transparency codes, which is a hijacking prevention system where you put QR codes on your product. That way Amazon knows who are counterfeit and who are not, and it quickly can boot people off your listing, which is huge, right? We don't want people stealing our sales or getting people counterfeit products. And if we scroll down, guys, this is just, again, the tip of the iceberg. This is why if you don't do this, you're being left behind. And so I got to cover this, but I want everybody to know what you're getting when you do this. That way you have more motivation to go get this done. Okay, so you'll have A+ content, which we've seen, if we add A+ content, we get 3 to 5% conversion boost just for adding this. Okay, so we scroll down. What this is, instead of just like a little text box down here, you actually get like a website essentially, right? A website builder. And this is the brand. So you get a brand story. So this is what this is, right? So people see this, they trust this a little bit more than just text. And then the A+ content itself for each product, you could have this and build out, infographics, text here, more photos, show them more stuff about your products. Add different products, right? If you have multiple products, you can add this down below to increase horizontal sales, which is huge. Next, we'll have access to sponsored brands. So this is advertising. So this unlocks more advertising for you. So if we go to Amazon here and just type in, let's say lemon squeezers, click that in here. You see this right here. This is what we're talking about. So sponsored brands here, and they'll get a display ad, which just, again, if you have multiple products, this is great to kind of get more exposure, as well as you get access to video ads right here, which for the placement, it's prime, right? If you go into a market with untapped video ads, you could dominate. Okay, so this is huge right here. Next, we get branded storefronts. So again, another way for customers to, see everything you have and know that you're legit. Okay, so we click brand Aloha and we see our storefront right here. So again, it's a branded storefront. You can have deals up top here. You can have more information, have all your products. We see protein bars, protein drinks. You can separate your products, post right here as well. More videos. So another way for people to find other products you have and build trust with your customers, okay? Next, we have the Vine program, which we touched base on this a little bit, but again, what this is a program where you can literally sign up every ASIN you have to get up to 30 reviews. And the cool thing about here, a lot of these reviewers, because they're like Yelp reviewers essentially, will leave you paragraphs and paragraphs on this review, which will be just, again, more social proof versus that review that says it was a great product. You'll have a whole, list of pros and cons of your product. People love to see that when they're buying your product, okay? Next, customer engagement you'll have access to. So essentially, you can go into, your review insights, your return insights. In some cases, you actually can email your customers. So just another metric there to essentially make sure your customers are happy, respond to them. If, God forbid, a bad review comes through, you can respond to them and try to have other customers see that you're active and you're trying to make things right, everything like that, okay? Next, video shopping product videos. So essentially you can have video ads, you can have videos in your listing. In some cases, you can have video on your A+ content. Next, we have Amazon Live you'll have access to, which looks like this, where we have influencers on here talking about products in real time and active customers literally clicking things and buying them, which is another added way to get traffic to your listing. On top of that, we'll have subscribe and save, which we go look over here. What this is people can actually save money if they put automatic purchases where they can get this, every month they get this delivered without even thinking about it. Okay. So it's a good way to have customers who, buy your product 12 times a year and they're always coming back. They don't have to hit add to cart anymore. They can just get this every month. They can set this up any way they want here. They save a little bit of money, but it's added sales, right? So it's just low friction, added sales to your business, which is huge, especially if you ever want to exit your business. Investors love to see recurring income, okay? Virtual bundles. So if you have added products, we can put these together virtually. So another way you can have upsells for your product. Amazon Brand Analytics is huge, guys. You can literally see what keywords people are using to buy your product. If you know anything about Amazon, especially if you've been in this industry for a while, this data is massive. It's something we never had access to. And it's something that, again, if you're not using, you're being left behind, okay? Amazon attribution here. So essentially you can put special links to drive traffic, say from Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, influencers. So you know where that traffic is coming from and you know what's converting. This is huge because in the last 3 years, any external traffic that I drove, you were flying blind. You didn't know how well it was doing. So you didn't know when to turn campaigns off or if that TikTok, organic content you're making was actually working. This lets us know that it's working. So next we have brand referral bonus. So any outside traffic you drive in here, you get a 10% credit on referral fees. So we pay 15% on referral fees. We get a 10% discount on that traffic that comes in, which is huge. That gives us way bigger margins to run external traffic and make sure we're still making money. So again, if you're going to do this, take advantage of all these programs, okay? And then managed experiments essentially is where you can just A/B split test things, which is huge, for photos, listing copy, everything like that. And I know, guys, this is a lot, but this is how big this program is. We can also do transparency program where, again, we can kick counterfeiters off, know which ones are counterfeit. We have Project Zero where we can immediately remove counterfeit products from our listing. And then they even have the counterfeit crimes unit where we can take legal action against people who are selling counterfeit products or hijacking our listing, everything like that. As well as we have added brand support. We all know Seller Central support can be a massive headache. We get a whole team, a different team that are a little bit more competent that we get access to when we're brand registered, which is absolutely massive. You get something taken down, instead of waiting a couple weeks or even months, you can sometimes get this done in, 3 days versus 2 weeks, right? Which is massive if we're selling, $10,000 a day or $1,000 a day, whatever it may be. Okay, guys, rant over about brand registry, how great it is. Again, I'm literally trying to persuade you, telling you that this is the way. You have to do this if you're private label, okay? So what do we need to go through this process? So we're on the brand registry page. So we're going to get started with brand registry and go through the whole process for you. And when we click through this thing, they obviously tell us what we're going to need. So let me cover that as well. So we're going to need a pending or an active trademark to get through brand registry. Okay. The pending part is key here. This allows us to get brand registry within, a week versus 6 months to a year, sometimes 18 months. When I first started, it took me 18 months to get brand registered and to get an active trademark. But now that we can use a pending trademark, this is massive. So to do this, we literally just need a text-based mark or an image-based mark. So just think of it as you're trademarking your, the text-based. So, think of puppies are us versus, your actual logo. Me personally, I always do text-based marks because my logo is going to change later, especially as my brand grows. I'm going to invest more money in that. At first, I'm not going to invest $1,000 into my logo, anything like that. So it may change as the brand grows. So I like to trademark the text here. That gives you overall protection, right? No matter what the logo is, no matter how you put the text, you're protected from this text-based trademark. So how do we get trademarks, right? So I actually have videos going through this every step of the way of how to get it yourself for the cheapest way. So you can apply online here, which I have a full video guide, which will link down below for you to follow if you'd like to get it yourself. And then we have Fiverr as well. Just type in trademark. There's plenty of attorneys here that will do this for you. As well, if you use Google trademark, there's LegalZoom, Trademark Engine. We see down to $50 here. And there's tons of other services like Trademarkia. You can Google local lawyers. I recommend you just do this yourself or have some of the bigger ones do it for you, just because local lawyers tend to charge you a lot. If you're paying over $500, $600, up to $1,000, you're probably paying a little bit more in my opinion. You should be able to get this done under $400 or something like that. So really that's all you need here, as well as an active Seller Central account and a product to use. So we're going to roll in brand registry in the United States. Obviously you can do any country. If you have a US trademark, you can get brand registered on any marketplace here of Amazon. So clicking in the application here, we have enroll your brand. Get started with IP Accelerator. What that is they have a legal team that will do this for you. Again, I think this is overpriced. We can do this ourselves. Okay, guys. So the first thing we need here is our brand name. Some of the stuff will be blurred out because I'm actually using one of my brands just to to go through it here and go through the full example for you guys, but I'll make sure to explain everything that way you know exactly what it is. So you put your brand name in there, then select trademark office associated with your brand. So I'm using the USPTO, which is the US one here. And the cool thing here, guys, is you just need the pending trademark number. So after you file your trademark, ask your lawyer or look for your email. If you did it yourself, you'll get a pending number. You can use this right here. This is huge. Again, before we had to wait 6 months, a year, which was just awful. So we're going to grab our pending serial number, our registration number here, verify that, of course. Then we're going to go down here. Then we're going to go down here and attach images of your product or product packaging that clearly shows your trademark name. Okay, so it needs to be permanently affixed. So this can be, printing on a box. This could be printing on your product. It could be an emblem on your product. So if you've got a custom sample, this is perfect. And you're just going to take photos of your iPhone and use those. If you guys are struggling to get that photo, a lot of my clients will buy a stamp on Amazon, get their logo attached to it, and then ink stamp it onto just a plain cardboard box. That has gotten people through. You can also go to their custom print shop and make a mock-up. Again, once you're through, you're through. So it doesn't have to be, perfectly aligned to whatever else your product has later. You just need some proof that the product and brand are real. So again, doesn't need to align here. Just make sure the brand name, of course, is the same. That's obviously the problem, right? Is that we don't have a product yet. How are we gonna get brand registered? And so we have to be creative on the ways we get through this. So I like to upload at least 2 photos, if not 3, get them as much as possible here, and then hit next. Next, it's going to ask you, are you a seller or vendor of the brand you're enrolling? So in most cases here, we're going to be a seller, which just means I use Amazon Seller Central to, sell my products, which if you're a private labeler, have your own brand, this is you. If you're a vendor and you sell your stuff actually to Amazon, which if you do, you'll know this. So don't be confused if you don't know what this is. You'll be a vendor or neither here. So 99% of us will be seller here. If you already have a storefront, it's going to bring that up for you here. Next, it's going to ask you select the product categories that represent your product here. So, make sure you go through here and get the most accurate one possible. For this, let's use home and garden here. If it's multiple categories, make sure to put that in here. If your brand sells products on Amazon, enter 1 of 3 of your top selling ASINs. Make sure you add those in, guys. Of course, you can, get brand approval, get your listing up beforehand, which I have videos on, and then use that ASIN for here as well. And just so you guys know, the ASIN is just an identifying term for all products on Amazon, which we can find the link right here, right up top here. We can copy this from here. Or you can go into your Seller Central account, find it and manage inventory, as well as you can go to your product page and go all the way down and find this here as well. Next, it's going to ask you to put the URL in of your brand's website. Again, this is optional. If you guys have a branded website, put that in there. But if not, don't worry about it. Most people don't have this when they start. And then if your brand is sold on any other e-commerce platforms, put those URLs here as well. So this would be eBay, Etsy, anything else here, guys. Go ahead and put that in. And finally, guys, so manufacturer and distribution information. So does your brand sell to distributors? So what this means, say your Nike shoes, you sell to other wholesalers, okay? Say you sell to some mom and pop stores of your local, your local area, you would be a distributor in this case. Again, for most of us that's selling online, you'd hit no right here, okay? Next, where your brand's product distributed. Again, if you do this, obviously put this information in, but again, most of us will not have this. And next, licensee information. So think of, college sports, you need licensee to put, the Iowa Hawkeyes on a t-shirt. That's what that is. So if you license out goods, make sure you put yes here, but for most of us, it's going to be a no. And then finally, guys, we hit that submit button right down here. And then guys, this takes up to a week to 2 weeks. Sometimes there's issues with this. We have to reach out to support. Just be patient with it. This is I hate saying bumpy, but it is pretty bumpy. It's not a perfect system where the application can take a while. They can sit there and tell you that it's being processed and it's just week after week. So just make sure you're following up with support every way you possibly can to make sure that goes through. Sometimes you have to resubmit. Just stay on top of it, okay? So just keep pinging them if you have to. Just know if you go through problems, you're not the only one. It's like 50% of people that go through the brand registry process. It takes way longer than it should, and it's just part of Amazon's system, right? We all deal with this issue. Unfortunately, it's the price we have to pay for selling on Amazon. But once we're through here, we'll have access to, advertising, the Vine program, A+ content. Obviously in Campaign Manager, we'll have sponsored brand ads, everything like that. We'll have sponsored stores here. Reports, we'll have brand analytics, which is actually down here in brands, brand analytics. Go through customer reviews, manage experience, virtual bundles, brand referral bonus, build your brand protection. It just goes on and on and on of everything it unlocks for you in Brand Registry. Well, that's it, guys. If you've got any questions on Brand Registry, put them down below. I'll also link some other videos of how to get your own trademark, the brand approval process, how to list the product. I'll put those all down below because these all kind of tie in together, right? So you have step-by-step tutorials for everything you need. Of course, guys, if you want more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.